Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm taking a look through my travel sketchbook. I've just returned from quite a long holiday in the Philippines, and you may remember a few weeks back I put together a little kit to take with me on my travels. It was all about portability. I got this tiny plastic palette and selected some colours. If you want to know what I selected and my thoughts on that, I do have a fuller video on that you can take a look at. Let's put that to one side and let's have a look at the actual work that I got through. This was done before I went, some swatching just to check out what colours I had and a fuller swatch. As I say, this is all in more detail in the video. Here's the first painting that I did, a multicoloured panda inspired by some artwork on my son's hostel wall. I liked this little run here, but otherwise I wasn't very happy with it, and I did a more traditional panda to go alongside it, which I probably prefer. Then I did a sunset, which again I have a video of, a link to that below, and a deer from one of the banknotes. I've also got a video of that. And then I stopped filming while I was there because I wasn't very happy with the results. This painting is inspired by the Lunar New Year of the Fiery Horse. It's not worked very well. In fact, it's not worked well at all. But that's what Sketchbook is all about for me. It's about failures as well as success. You never know unless you try. I was starting to miss my home landscapes. I seem to prefer dull, grey, gloomy to brilliant sunshine. Yeah, I was missing it, so I started painting it. There's a couple of moons there. Moons are featured in my work quite a lot recently. I will continue to do so more on that in future. Some stripes of colour here, which I was really happy with. I really like that colour. And then some slightly abstract landscape, mountains probably, and a nice little flash of yellow just to make sure it wasn't too dark. I could get worked up into something in the future. I really like that page. And then a more traditional landscape photo came up on my Google feed. This is Buttermere in the Lake District. Yeah, much more traditional. Wet in wet sky, mountain, dry brush, water, etc. I went back to the Lunar New Year. I asked AI to generate a couple of typical Japanese or Chinese style prints. Had a go at painting them myself, not with great success. As I say, sketchbooks are for trying and failing as much as anything else. These were definitely failures, and look at that little yellow stripe down the middle. Now, what could that be? Well, when we turn the page, you'll see that I did a painting of a hare, which was also coming up on my feed quite a lot. It was inspired by photos from my own feed. And big yellow wash across the page, seeped through the stitching that holds the pages together. So it seeped through onto the previous page. Obviously, I didn't know that when I was painting this. And so that's one of the things that you need to look out for if you've got one of these sketchbooks. Still happy to be painting yellow objects, birds again, for obvious reasons. And then this was a mix of cool and warm colours together in one painting. This is by an artist called Tony Smybirds. I fully intend to make a video on his influence on me at some point in the future, so we'll see that in detail at a future date. Back to the bears. Nothing special here except for the texture. I painted the whole thing and then I splashed clean water on to see what would happen, and there's a possibility of that becoming something more developed at some stage in the future. But finally, I always told myself that I should try to paint portraits. And then I have a go, and I tend to make a mess of it. It started out with billboard baggings, and as I got through the painting, it kind of morphed into Albert Einstein. Never mind. So that's pretty much all I did. I did actually paint another 10 birds for he asked me to do them for my son. They were ripped out and given to me before I came back, so they're not in the film, although I do have a photo of them coming up in a moment. Hope you enjoy that, and if there's any of these paintings that you'd like to go into more detail and recreate now that I'm back home, do let me know in the comments, and I'll have a go. Hope you enjoy that. Here's the birds I did for my son, and here's a few links that you might want to check out. I'm back into the videos now that I'm back home, and hopefully I'll have another one out next week.